5 for 22 as a Goldeye at home. That's a .227 average. He's hitting .385 overall. The 1-0 is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. He has a home run and 10 driven in. The home run came in St. Paul last weekend. 2 balls, no strikes. And a throw over to first base, and jumping back in safely is Roberson. Kendall is at third, Roberson at first base. 2 balls and no strikes to Canizares. Josh Mazzola stands on deck. Good gathering here tonight on Fan Appreciation Night. The 2-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. And a little bit of groaning from the grandstand umpires. Canizares has DH'd every game that he's played. This is game 14. 2-1, Labor to his belt. And the pitch is a breaking ball that's low and inside, 3-1. Winnipeg at home, it has not been a sparkling home record. They are 26-23. They've had more success away from downtown Winnipeg at 29-21. Still 55-44, good enough to get you into the postseason. The 3-1. Half a swing, did he go? Pitch is low, and it is ball 4. They do appeal over at first, and Rich Gutton said he did not go. So it's a walk issued to Canizares. And Labor walks his first, and the Goldeyes have loaded the bases here. And now Josh Mazzola, the batter. And Josh has had a good homestand. He is 10 for 23. Best on the team. A .434 average here at home. Over this now the 7th game. And he rides a 6-game hitting streak into this one. Mazzola, 18 home runs. His 18th came on August 28th. The pitch is low and inside, ball 1. And that was in St. Paul. Actually, that was here at home. He also had one in St. Paul. The 1-0 is low, 2-0. So Mazzola hit a home run here on the 28th, which was the first game of the homestand for his team, leading 18th. He also leads the team with 73 runs batted in. The 2-0 is low, ball 3, 3-0. Bases loaded, 1 out. Three balls and no strikes. Mazzola 3 for 8 against the RedHawks. The 3-0 is low and inside, ball 4, and Labor walks in a run to tie it. Run batted in, number 74 for Mazzola. In comes Kendall, and we're tied at 1. And the batter is Luis Allen. Second walk of the inning and the game, of course. And now Steve Montgomery will go out to have a little chat as we get the pitching coach visiting the pitcher. So the Goldeyes a run on 2 hits. And a couple of walks have factored in. And Luis Allen will be the batter as Brian Child will go out to break up the mound meeting. And it continues, and now it will disperse. Luis Allen did not play yesterday. He had the day off. Playing first base here tonight. On Saturday night, he was 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a walk in game 1 here against the RedHawks. On the night, the Goldeyes clinched a playoff spot. Labor comes set, bases loaded. The pitch is inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Allen is 8 for 19 on the homestand. Hitting .421. The pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Louis hitting .317. 5 homers, 49 driven in. Labor comes set. The 1-1. Breaking ball swung on and fouled back to the screen. As Allen took a real good hack at that. That's a ball and 2 strikes. Roberson to third. Canizares is at second. Mazzola at first base. Luis Allen with 49 RBI. Labor comes set. The 1-2 is low and inside, 2-2. Luis has hits in 7 of his last 8. Hitting 6th in the order tonight. We're tied at 1 in the first. Bases loaded, 1 out. The 2-2 is outside and low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 things happening here. Labor nibbling a little, and the Goldeyes are having a pretty good eye. And what they wanted to do, at least what their manager wanted them to do, was grind out some at-bats, and that's exactly what's happening here. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Luis went after probably ball 4. So a strikeout for Labor. And here's Mike Coles. 2 away in the inning. And Coles will step up and in. With the bases loaded, the Goldeyes have hit 3 grand slams this year. One by a departed player, Matt Cusick, and the other 2 by Sharonald DeCaster. Mike Coles, the 7th man to hit in the inning. Stands in from the right side against his old team. First pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. Coles hitting .281. And he is 3 for 7 against the RedHawks this weekend. And into Labor Day today, where Jake Labor is on the hill for the RedHawks. The 0-1 swung on, and that is filleted down the right field line, and that is a foul ball. Strike 2. It was not caught by Gaston. He had a long run, and Rodriguez, the first baseman, back. And it ends up by that RedHawks bullpen area. Nothing and 2 to Mike Coles. Close to 7,000 in here tonight. Nothing and 2 to Mike Coles. And Labor will come set. And the pitch. Swung on, ground ball out toward third. Up with it, Campbell. He'll throw to second, and the Goldeyes are done. On that fielder's choice that Coles hits into. And Josh Mazzola is retired 5-4 for the final out at second base. Goldeyes get a run on 2 hits. They leave them loaded. We'll go to the second. We're tied at 1. TSN 12-9.
This Goldeyes season, Salisbury House on the Esplanade Riel is hitting it right out of the park with great new taste sensations to get you ready to roar before the game or relive the fun after the final out. With so many great choices, every visit is a new eating adventure. And remember, Sal's is the only place to go for a nip platter, the fan favorite that hits a home run every time. So before or after any Goldeyes game, stroll on over for great food and fun on the Esplanade Riel at Salisbury House. Your house, your food, your way.
Free Jive Interactive Media is online, on site, and on the street. Grab the new online version of the Free Jive Weekly at freejivewinnipeg.com or pick it up at one of our 200 local restaurant locations. Find us at local events and keep a lookout for the Free Jive Cruiser around the city. And make sure to visit freejivewinnipeg.com to keep updated on all of our weekly contests and giveaways. Free Jive Interactive Media, online, on site, on the street.
Growing debt is like being in a dark tunnel. You don't know where to turn. You keep getting tripped up by bills and sudden expenses you didn't see coming. You feel you just aren't making any progress. But there is someone who can counsel you on debt and advise you on credit proposals. Someone who can help you find a light at the end of the tunnel.
Go to lctaylor.com right now. LC Taylor, trustees in bankruptcy. Your way forward.
You're listening to Goldeyes Baseball Live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Avalon and the Gulf Dome.
Producer operator back in our studios in South Winnipeg. And Joel Marcoux is helping us out on site. You say who? We say Marcoux. 1-1 through 1. John Gaston to lead it off for Fargo, followed by the DH Ryan Delgado and Marcos Rodriguez. Denver wins first pitch of the second. Swung on and fouled at the plate for strike one. Gaston 1 for 7 in the series. He struck out 3 times, but he's driven in a couple of runs. And win from the full line. The 0-1 is a little low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Folks, drop into Home Run Sports. De La Seigneurie Boulevard and Bishop Grandin entered a win in the Home Run Sports home run inning. The 1-1 inside, and it got away from Kyle Day. Goes back to the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's how it works. If a Goldeye player hits a home run in any inning, we pick your name that day. You'll receive an Easton prize package courtesy of Easton Sports. But you must hear your name on this program in order to know that you're a winner. The 2-1. Swung on, fouled back to the screen, over it, and into the seats. 2-2 to Gaston. And afterward, you must contact Home Run Sports within 30 days to claim your prize. It's incumbent on you to do so. You can do that in person or by calling 255-7687. No home runs for the Goldeyes yesterday. The 2-2. Swung on, ground ball right side. Off the glove of Allen. Out towards second. Picked up there by DeCaster. And he flips to Wynn, covering the bag at first for the out. Nice play. If you're scoring at home, you ready? 3-4-1 on the out at first on Gaston. Diving to his right was Allen. Off his glove, DeCaster came over there, backed it up. Wynn kept going for the bag and gets the feed. And there's 1 away, and a nice play here in the second. Ryan Delgado, who has 20 home runs on the year. 86 RBI. First pitch is in there for a strike. Good fastball. Well, the Goldeyes did not hit a home run yesterday, so no winners on the Home Run Sports home run inning here tonight. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. But we've done it every game, all 100. The home run inning in the top of the second, brought to you by Home Run Sports. We've got you covered from prospect to pro. Bishop Grandin, 1 block west of Lage. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Home Run Sports, get ready for your game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Delgado 3 for 6 in the series, right-handed batter. And from the full line, the 1-2. Fastball swung on, bounced over the mound, back up the middle for a base hit. You know, always interesting when you've got a guy with a couple of breaking balls, and then you come back with a fastball to try to close him out, and he smacks it back up the middle on you. And here's Marcos Rodriguez. First hit for Fargo of the night is a 1-out single by Delgado back through the box. And Marcos Rodriguez, the batter, he's 0 for 7 with 5 strikeouts in the series. Win from the stretch, first pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Rodriguez hitting .284. On the stretch, the 0-1. Swing and a miss and a change of pace. It's 0-2. Actually, they have .294 is his average. A homer and 40 driven in. 0-2. And the pitch. Change up, swung on, and that's hit to center field. Pretty well stroked. Back goes Roberson, and it's over his head off the warning track and up against the wall. And they're going to fire it back in. They're going to hold the runner at third and Delgado. So, again, you got the guy 0-2. And you got him 0-2 with a breaking ball, and then you come back with a changeup that floats up in the zone, and it gets smacked over the head of your center fielder in straightaway center. So the pitch selection has got to be better here. 2 guys in a row, you've had 1-2 and 0-2, and both have got hits off you. It's a double for Rodriguez. And stopping at third is Delgado. And Todd Jennings, the batter. We're tied at 1, each team with 2 hits now. And Jennings did not play yesterday. He was 0 for 3 on Saturday night. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike with a fastball. Jennings batting .239, the everyday catcher for the RedHawks. The 0-1. Breaking ball swung on, filleted over first, down the right field line, and foul. Strike 2. So now here you go. Third straight RedHawk hitter that you've got 0-2 or 1-2. And see if Denver Wynn and Kyle Day can make an adjustment here and put somebody away. Jennings 3 homers and 38 driven in. Angling the bat from the right side. And now time called, and Kyle Day wants to go out and have a little chat. And he looked toward the dugout, so I'm sure that this is coming from that locale. And whatever was said was brief. Todd Jennings from Newcastle, California. He'll be 31 years old in December. Here we go. The 0-2. Breaking ball swung on, popped up. In behind home plate. Day will doff the mask on the grass and makes the catch. 2 away. And the batter is Ryan Stovall. And Stovall will step up. Had a good day yesterday. Couple of hits, scored a run, and drove one in. And a right-handed batter is Ryan Stovall. Runners at second and third. 2 away and a 1-1 tie in the top of 2. And Stovall batting .284. A couple of hits yesterday made a better weekend for Ryan Stovall. He's 2 for 7. First pitch swung on, chopper left side, and that's going to get by a diving Kendall into left field. Both runs are going to score. First pitch swinging, and Stovall has a 2-run single, and Fargo leads it 3-1. And Stovall drives in his second and third of the weekend. And back to the top of the order in Zach Penpraise. And Penpraise will stand in from the right side. Penpraise walked, stole second, got to third on a fly ball, and then came in to score on Nick Jackson. Ground ball right side. Fargo has come right back to score 2 to take a 3-1 lead. And a throw goes over to first base, and Luis Allen dives out to stop that from going askew. And Wynn will come set to his belt. And another throw over to first base. And back in time is Stovall. Stovall quietly has stolen 25 bases this year. 25 of 31. And the runner on the move, pitches in there for a strike, throw down to second, is in time. Got tagged on the back before he got the hand into the bag, and it's a caught stealing. And it goes 2-4, and that's it for Fargo here in the top of 2. But they get 2 runs. They do so on 3 hits, and they don't leave anybody. We'll go to the bottom of the second. We'll play some trivia when we come back. Fargo 3, Winnipeg 1, TSN 1290.
It's 4:30 a.m. The city is fast asleep, except for a few early risers, working behind the scenes, getting things ready for the day, picking up what's left behind. Johnson Waste Management. Doing our best to be the very best.
While there's no known cure for ALS, there is hope. The ALS Society of Manitoba supports families affected by ALS. Our Client Services Coordinator works with your family to determine your needs, and the Brummett Feesby ALS House provides 24-hour care designed to specifically meet the needs of people living with ALS. Because hope is important in the lives of those affected by ALS. The ALS Society of Manitoba. We help our people every way we can. Visit alsmb.ca.
Coaches, your players are great at scoring goals. But when the goal is raising money, it's not always easy to score. And that's where the Winnipeg Free Press can help. We're introducing a unique fundraising promotion available to all Manitoba minor league sports teams. And if you participate, your team has a chance to meet Winnipeg Jets of Vander Kane. For complete program information, go to winnipegfreepress.com/Team Kane and find out how your team can get involved.
We go to the bottom of the second inning, and we welcome you back. 3-1 Fargo in front. Kyle Day, Amos Ramon, and Price Kendall due up here against Jake Laber, who the Goldeyes had on the ropes with bases loaded and 1 out, and could only get 1 run in. Kyle Day steps in from the left side. Lefty here against Jake Laber. And the first pitch. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. While we were at break, they named the fans' choice of the Goldeye Player of the Year. The 1-0 is on the inside edge for a strike. It's 1-1. And that fans' choice was Luis Allen. Congratulations to Luis. Fans made a great selection. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. He had a great year. And just the amount of baseball that he caught, no complaints. Got banged up a little bit, continued to catch. And hit .317 with 5 homers and 49 driven in. It's a pretty good year. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball is outside, 2-2 today. So the fans' choice as Player of the Year on the Goldeyes, Luis Allen. And he got paid off real nice by the fans that are here, almost 7,000. 2-2. Swung on, hit out towards second, up with it Stovall, and the second baseman throws to first, and there's 1 away. And the batter, Amos Ramon. And Amos, 0 for 2 yesterday, was hit by a pitch. There'll be another award presented. That will be the Budweiser Player of the Year award, and that is selected by the media. And the first pitch to Amos Ramon is low for ball 1. And the 1-0 is inside 2-0. And that is through the other reporters. Nothing to do with me. I do get a ballot for the league All-Stars. And the 2-0 pitch. Swung on, chopper left side. Campbell is there, fields it, throws across, and there's 2 away. And Price Kendall, the batter. Well, let's play some trivia. The trivia contest question brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg. Place Louis Riel specializing in spacious executive suites. Contest open to those that haven't won in the last 30 days. The prize tonight, and it has been for the last week, is a Goldeyes travel mug. First pitch to Kendall. Breaking ball is high, ball one, who's 1 for 1 with the lone run scored for Winnipeg tonight. You'll also be eligible to win the grand prize of a weekend stay at the Place Louis. The 1-0 is low, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's at the end of the season. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Number to call if you think you know the answer, 780-1290-780-1290, area code 204. The 2-1 swung on. That is lined out to left field. That'll be taken on a hop by Aaron Eggleston. Now Bryce Kendall with a couple of sharp hits tonight. One to right, that one to left. And Winnipeg has their third hit off of Jake Labor. And here's Chris Roberson, who bunted his way aboard to help the cause to tie it up at 1. And he'll step back in from the right-hand side as the second inning continues with 2 away. Give you the question right after this pitch. First pitch. Inside, ball 1. Last week, Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks outfielder Nick Jackson was named the American Association's Player of the Year. Including this year, how many times has Jackson been selected as the Independent League's Player of the Year? Pitch is low, 2-0. And name the years. So how many times has Nick Jackson been a Player of the Year? Name the years. 780-1290, if you think you know the answer, area code 204. The 2-0 swung on, bounced sharply out toward third, fielded by Campbell, and he'll throw to second to force Kendall, and the Goldeyes are done here in the bottom of 2. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We'll go to the third. 3-1 Fargo, TSN 1290.
Got all your bases covered? With Manitoba Blue Cross, you do. They provide peace of mind for you and your family, no matter what the situation. Planning on taking a little family trip? Make sure to get travel coverage from Blue Cross. Looking for more benefits for your employees? Look no further than Blue Cross. They also handle individual life insurance. It's a real triple play.
Contact your insurance broker or visit nb.bluecross.ca.
Manitoba Blue Cross, color of caring.
When you wash down Boston Pizza's Big Backyard Burger, sizzling steak pizza, or savory shrimp tacos with some ice-cold refreshment during grill therapy this summer, you could win the ultimate hockey road trip to see Winnipeg play LA in LA. Better get some shades to go with that hockey jersey. Boston Pizza, here to make you happy.
A little of this. A little of that. A little of this. A little of that. And a whole lot of whatever in between.
Give me the news, I got a bad case.
99.9 Bob FM. 80s, 90s, and whatever.
You're listening to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball, live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Sirius Technologies. Let's get back to the action with Paul Edmonds.
Well, we go to the top of the third inning. Zach Penpray's got the baseball mulligan when he was standing there at the plate in the top of 2, and Ryan Stovall was caught stealing for the 7th time this year. 3-1 Fargo leads it, so top of the order, Penprays, Eggleston, and Jackson against Denver win. First pitch. Breaking ball is high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Penprays has walked, stolen second, and scored a run. Leads the league in runs scored, stolen bases, 1-0. Swung on, chopper left side foul. And it's 1-1. Top 5 in on-base percentage. Hitting .311, 5 homers, 45 driven in. And depending on your opinion, the best or worst hair in the league. The 1-1. Swung on, lifted out toward right, but right at Mazzola, and he'll make the catch for the first out. And Aaron Eggleston will step in from the left side. And Aaron with the socks up to the knee. We have a winner on trivia. Winner of the answer coming up in the bottom of 7 tonight. First pitch is a changeup that swung on and missed for strike 1. So thanks a lot, everybody, for playing along. Bottom 7 winner of the answer will be revealed. The 0-1 is low and outside. Eggleston showed bunt pulled back. 1-1. Here in the top of 3 tonight with 1 away, we'll have our first look at the Manitoba Blue Cross out-of-town scoreboard. The 1-1 swung on, and that is hit down the right field line. On the run, Mazzola, and he slides and makes the catch. Just inside the line. Pulled over first, Eggleston. Pretty good shot into it. Mazzola on the run, slides feet first and makes the catch for the second out. That's the kind of defense Winnipeg is going to need starting on Wednesday night. Here's Nick Jackson, 0 for 1 with an RBI, his league-leading 87th. First pitch is low, ball 1. In the American Association today on the Manitoba Blue Cross out-of-town scoreboard, Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. Sioux Falls ended their season in El Paso with an 11-7 victory. The pitch swung on, pulled down the right field line, fair ball in toward the corner. And Jackson will speed for second, and he will be in there sliding with 2 away. For Jackson, his 4th hit in 12 trips, and his 3rd double in the last 2 games. And Eric Campbell, the batter. Yesterday, Sioux Falls and El Paso got into it. And it started with a beanball. There were a few ejections after that. The benches cleared. In total last night in that game, there were 6 ejections from the baseball game. Well, they finished peacefully today, 11-7 for Sioux Falls over El Paso. First pitch to Campbell, right down the chute for a strike. Wichita got by St. Paul today. A final score, 10-4 for the Wingnuts over the Saints. Wingnuts, of course, will go down to Laredo starting on Wednesday. The 0-1 inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Grand Prairie scored 5 runs in the second. That paced them to a 8-2 victory over Amarillo. That game took 1 hour and 57 minutes to play today. Grand Prairie 8, Amarillo 2. Neither of those 2 teams going to the playoffs, of course. 1-1 is a breaking ball that's in there for a strike, 1-2. And with Grand Prairie not going to the playoffs, there will be a new champion in the American Association crown. Rockland beat Lincoln today to end interleague play between the Can-Am League and the American Association in 2012. Rockland 5, Lincoln 4. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kansas City and Sioux City are finishing up tonight. They're scoreless in the 4th. And Gary leads Laredo 2-0 in the 2nd. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, chopper out toward third. It's going to be fielded by Ramon. Has to hurry the throw and doesn't get there in time with it. A high chopper, and Ramon cut off Kendall. It was a good play, just Campbell runs well, and he'll beat it out for an infield single. And the batter is John Gaston, who is 0 for 1 tonight. Interesting, and I'll just mention this. I mentioned it back in the pregame show, and I think it begs repeating. Winnipeg has a better record than Laredo by 1 game. As wind comes set, and the pitch to Gaston. Swung on and missed for strike 1. And I'm sure that looking ahead, Winnipeg would like to keep it that way by winning this one or having Laredo lose in Gary tonight. The reason for that is Laredo won the season series between the Goldeyes 2-1 in the second series of the year. Way back on May 21, 22, and 23, the 0-1 is inside, and it gets by Kyle Day, goes back toward the screen. In to score is Nick Jackson, and that will be now a throw to third base from the backstop by Day, but holding at second base after advancing is Eric Campbell. That'll be on a passed ball. That run comes in to score. So 4-1 Fargo. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike to Gaston. Gaston 1 for 8 in the series. And Wynn will come set. The 1-1 is low, 2-1. Laredo won the season series. If, in fact, the Goldeyes get past the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks in the first round, and if, in fact, Laredo gets past Wichita and it sets up a Winnipeg-Laredo meeting in the final, and I'm just looking ahead, the 2-1 is low, 3-1. Well, you know the Goldeyes would like to be able to have the pick of whether they get the first 2 or the last 3 in that final series. And they could get that by having a better record. 3-1. Swung on, popped up, and curling toward the seats in behind the Goldeyes dugout and into them. And now into the dugout. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So at this point, trailing 4-1, you're hoping for a comeback if you're Winnipeg, or Gary to win, and then you would have the better record than Laredo, because if you're tied at, say, 55 and 45, well, Laredo would get the choice based on the season series. 3 balls, 2 strikes to John Gaston. That's the story in the American Association. A number of finals today from the big leagues. 3-2 is low, ball 4. Second walk issued by Wynn tonight. Puts 2 on for Ryan Delgado, who's the DH. Washington today won 2-1 at home over the Chicago Cubs. Adam LaRoche had a home run, his 25th. And the Nationals have won 2 in a row. Tyler Clippard had his 30th save in that game for the Nats. First pitch to Delgado is on the outside edge for a strike. Atlanta made it 2 in a row. They got by Colorado today 6-1, so they keep pace with Washington anyway. Atlanta had 4 runs in the third. The pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And Chris Medlin goes to 7-1 for the Braves. He struck out a career-high 12 in Atlanta's win over Colorado 6-1 today. 0-2 to Delgado. The pitch. Breaking ball is down and away, 1-2. Delgado, a base hit and a run scored. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Miami today beat Milwaukee 7-3. Ricky Nolasco, the win, is 11th. 1-2, runners on the move. Breaking ball called, third strike on the outside corner. That's a lot better pitch selection than the last time you faced Delgado. Didn't see a fastball there and missed with that slider, and then came back with it again and got a called third strike on it. And that is strikeout number 2 for Denver Wynn here tonight in the third. 1 run, 2 hits, and a couple left for Fargo. Bottom 3 is next. Fargo scored in 3 straight. They lead at 4-1, TSN 1290.
In business, you need all aspects of your operation working together. Still, the decisions you make in one area can impact another. At MNP, we offer a full range of services, from accounting, consulting, and tax, so we can help across all aspects of your operation with the resources and industry-specific knowledge that can help your business grow. Think forward. Contact your local MNP office or visit us online at mnp.ca.
A good hit to right field. It's going, over the wall.
Hit a home run at Cambrian Credit Union. Thanks to the UNFI, our members saved over $3 million in the last year. A real team bonus.
Hi, I'm Denny from Denny's Whole Hog Barbecue.
And I'm quarterback Buck Pierce. If you're having a big summer event and looking for a way to feed your group, call Denny's Whole Hog Barbecue.
We're looking after you with a full catering service or do-it-yourself hog roast with succulent pork, tender beef, turkey, chicken, pork ribs and more. No group is too big or too small. Plus, you can keep the leftovers. We'll even pack it up for you.
Visit Danny'sWholeHog.com or call 344-5675.
And we'll bring the flavor.
We go to the bottom of the third inning. Toronto, DeCaster, Barbero, Canizares, and Josh Mazzola due up for Winnipeg. 3, 4, and 5 against Jake Labor. Fargo scored in all 3 innings. The Goldeyes get 1 in the first. They trail 4-1. First pitch, a breaking ball for a strike to DeCaster. Toronto 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to center field. Jake Labor works into his third. The 0-1. Swung on, fouled back, and it's 0-2. Another final today. Philadelphia beat Cincinnati 4-2. Philly played and has played the 0-2. Swung on, that is clubbed to straightaway center. On the run, Nick Jackson at the warning track. He'll look up, pucker up, and kiss it goodbye. A leadoff blast to dead central for Sherundle DeCaster. His 10th of the year. Make the turn at third, and come on down. It's 4-2 Fargo. And Jake Labor serves up a home run, and the Goldeyes have their first extra base hit of the night off the lefty. And now we'll see Canizares, Mazzola, and Allen. First pitch is in there for a strike. Philadelphia's played better baseball since they made all those trades and shipped all those guys to the West Coast. The 0-1 swung on. That's lifted out toward right. Coming in is Gaston. He'll make the catch, and there'll be one away. Canizares retired. And Josh Mazzola has an RBI tonight. He drew a walk. Winnipeg trailing by 2, 4-2. Jimmy Rollins hit his 17th home run. John Mayberry Jr. his 14th. For the Philadelphia Phillies. Jay Bruce had his 30th for Cincy. The Phillies beat the Reds in Cincy 4-2. First pitch is low, ball 1. Houston behind a home run by Brett Wallace's 7th. Beat Pittsburgh 5-1. The pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0. And the pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The pitch is low, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Mazzola on a 6-game hitting streak. And the 3-1. Swung on, and that is popped up into right field. John Gaston going back. And did he make the catch? No, he didn't. It went off of the warning track and around second, heading for third is Mazzola. Here comes the throw, the tag, it's not in time. Boy, did he hit that. I thought maybe, if anything, he's going to get a bloop out of that. It just carried off the bat, and Gaston turned his numbers, tried to make it over the shoulder basket catch, and missed it. And it ends up being a triple for Josh Mazzola, and he extends a hitting streak to 7 straight. And Luis Allen, the batter. Seemed to me like he barely hit it. And Mazzola runs pretty good, and now the Goldeyes will bring the potential tie and run to the plate in Luis Allen, who struck out his first trip. First pitch is in there for a strike. Goldeyes have tied Fargo with 5 hits on the night, trailing 4-2. 1 away, 1 in, runner at third. Labor comes set in the 0-1 pitch. Here's a breaking ball that's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, again, Houston beat Pittsburgh 5-1 today. St. Louis taking advantage of that Cincinnati loss. They won 5-4 over the Mets today. The 1-1. Swung on, lined right back up the middle for a base hit. And in trots Mazzola with the third run on an RBI single by Allen. And it's 4-3 Fargo. And Louis Allen has 50 runs batted in on the year. There's your fans' choices. MVP. And here's Mike Coles. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Skip Schumacher had a home run for the Cardinals in that win over the Mets today. His first of the year. First pitch to Coles is a breaking ball that's low and inside, ball 1. And a final in 10 had San Francisco beat Arizona 9-8. Chris Johnson, the only home run that came for Arizona, his 14th of the year. The 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. And San Diego leading the Los Angeles Dodgers 2-0 in the third inning tonight. American League, Cleveland beat Detroit 3-2. The 1-1 swung on, fouled back. Another breaking ball there. Detroit, after sweeping the White Sox with a win last night on Sunday Night Baseball, lose at home to Cleveland 3-2 today. Cleveland had 11 hits. Baltimore beat Toronto 4-0. The Blue Jays have lost 3 in a row. Labor comes set, the 1-2. Breaking ball is high, 2-2. Joe Saunders allowed 3 hits over 6 1/3 today for the Orioles. And it's their 20th win in the last 28 starts. And that's one of the reasons why they've got within 1 of the Yankees for first. 2-2. Swung on, ground ball left side, foul. And it's still 2-2 to Coles, who's 3 for 8 in the series. How about that? Baltimore 1 game back of the Yankees for first in the East. They won today. The Yankees lost in Tampa 4-3. Tampa has won 3 in a row. They had 11 hits today. Got a home run from B.J. Upton, his 17th. James Shields goes to 13-8 with the win. Fernando Rodney, his 41st save. 2-2 is a called third strike, and Coles thought it was low. And he'll go down looking. And Kyle Day, the batter. And Day will step in from the left side. 4-3 Fargo in front. Texas today, the ball was jumping out of the ballpark in Kansas City at Kauffman. Texas won their second straight, 8-4 over the Royals. First pitch is in there for a strike. And they pounded Bruce Chen around, who took the loss and drops to 10-11. Beltray is 28th. Young is 5th. Hamilton is 38th. Soto is 3rd. Cruz, his 22nd. The pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. And it made a winner out of Yu Darvish, who goes to 14-9. And retired did Darvish the first 17 batters. 0-2 today. Runner on the move. Pitch is swung on and missed, and the Goldeyes are down on strikes. As Labor gets a couple of strikeouts, the last 2 batters he faces. And that is it for Winnipeg in the bottom of 3, but a good bounce-back inning. 2 runs on 3 hits. They were a double shy of the cycle, and they leave 1. We'll go to the 4th, a 1-run ball game. Fargo 3, Fargo 4, Winnipeg 3, TSN 1290.
Summer is something to enjoy. But remember, drinking any alcohol and driving don't mix. Drinking and driving puts you and others in danger. Your best bet is a designated driver who has had no alcohol. Enjoy your summer, but whatever you do, don't drink and drive. To keep Manitobans safe behind the wheel, police are increasing enforcement near you. Watch for them. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance.
When you're stepping up to the plate with a major league appetite, make the big play for the home run special at Chicken Delight. Here's the pitch. 8 pieces of delicious chicken, medium fries and gravy, 2-liter Pepsi, and 2 free Winnipeg Goldeyes ticket vouchers. That's a $40 value for just $26.99. It's a hit.
So don't call tonight. Tonight, all right. Call Chicken Delight.
Let's face it, life is busy. That's why hiring a trained real estate professional is the way to go when buying or selling your home. Realtors know the market, understand strategy, and can help negotiate the most important financial decision of your life. Pick up your free copy of the Winnipeg Real Estate News and see their mobile-friendly website to access the public's #1 portal to all the current MLS listings.
The Winnipeg Real Estate News.com.
It's time to get back into the action.
Well, we go to the 4th inning. Marcos Rodriguez, Todd Jennings, and Ryan Stovall. 4-3 Fargo in front. They lead it by 1. A lot of scoring so far in the first 3 innings. Fargo's scored in all 3. The Goldeyes have scored in 2 of 3. And that's the difference. 1 run. Rodriguez a double and a run scored. 1 for 8 in the series. Denver Wynn works into his 4th. First pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. Just getting back to that Texas and Kansas City game. Josh Hamilton hit his 38th home run of the year. The 0-1. Swung on, ground ball, rolled over toward first. Up with it, Allen. He'll flip to Wynn, covering. 1 away. Broken bat, too. Here's Todd Jennings. He's 0 for 1. Josh Hamilton also now has a Major League Baseball leading 113 RBI. And he sits behind comeback player of the year, Adam Dunn, in the home run race. Dunn has 39. This is a guy that wanted to quit baseball last year, was so bad in Chicago. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Signed that monster deal. The White Sox lured Dunn away from the Washington Nationals. Then had a horrible season. He's bounced back with 39 jacks this year, the 1-0. Swung on, and a comebacker eluded the glove of Wynn. Goes off the mound and back up the middle for a base hit. And Todd Jennings has a 1-out single. And Ryan Stovall the batter. Los Angeles Angels beat Oakland today to kind of cool the A's down. 8-3 was the final. And Oakland 4 back of Texas with that loss. 3.5, actually 4.5 ahead of the Angels still. First pitch is swung on, bounced left side by Stovall on that breaking ball. Foul. Angels 8, A's 3 in Oakland today. Torrey Hunter is 13th, Vernon Wells is 10th. Chris Iannetta his 8th. All for the Halos. C.J. Wilson the win. Chris Carter, Josh Donaldson, each homered for the A's. Carter's 14th, Donaldson's 6th. And Wynn will step off. And want a new fresh signs. Denver Wynn to his belt. He sets up outside the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. That's hit well out to left, way back, and it is gone. A home run for Ryan Stovall. A 2-run single and now a 2-run home run. And it's 6-3 for the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. And they come right back, and they've scored in 4 straight. And for Stovall, it is RBI 51 and 52 tonight. And Zach Penpraise, the batter. For Stovall, his 7th home run of the year. First pitch to Penpraise is swung on and fouled back for strike one. Seattle beat Boston today 4-1. 7 straight losses for Boston, season worst. The 0-1. Swung on, that is hit out towards short. And up and over the glove of Kendall into left center. Picked up by Coles, and that should be an error. And it will be. E6. And Aaron Eggles to the battery, 0 for 2. There was some talk that Bobby Valentine was maybe close to getting dismissed today. Some brass from the Boston Red Sox, including one of their owners, John Henry, were in Seattle for that game. No word on that today. Throw over to first base, and Penpraise back in time. Wynn will come set. The pitch. Inside, ball 1. So Fargo with a 2-run homer, and then a guy reaches on an error. 6-3, they lead it. There's one out here in the 4th. Sixth inning tonight. Chicago leading Minnesota on the south side. Pitch is swung on, bounced out toward first. Allen bobbled the baseball, but now he throws to second, and they force Penpraise there. Picked it up cleanly. On the transfer, there was the bobble, and any chance of the double play escaped right there. A fielder's choice for Eggleston, and the out will go 3-6. And there's 2 away for Nick Jackson, who is 1 for 2, a run scored and an RBI tonight. Gordon Beckham is a home run for the White Sox, his 13th. They lead Minnesota 2-1 in the 6th. And there was a CFL game today, too. First pitch is in there for a strike. Toronto Argonauts today scored 22 in the 4th quarter to come from behind and beat Hamilton 33-30 today. The 0-1 is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swayze Waters punched a 33-yarder with 26 seconds remaining to give the Argos the win. Hamilton's have now dropped 3 in a row. And Calgary over Edmonton, 31-30. Throw goes over to first base. And Eggleston back in time. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nick Jackson. And on the pitch, swung on and missed, and a change of pace, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. (6-3) Fargo in front. We're in the 4th. One-two pitch, runner on the move. Pitch is swung on and hit to center field. On the run is Roberson, and he's going to have to take that on a couple of hops. In fact, gets by him. In to score from first base will be Eggleston. Standing with another double is Jackson, and it's 7-3 Fargo. An RBI double for Nick Jackson. And Fargo has opened up a 4-run lead. And it's their largest lead of the night. And Eric Campbell, the batter. And Campbell stands in from the right side. He's struck out and hit an infield single. First pitch, fastball high, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike. Good breaking ball. I've liked that breaking ball here from Denver Wind tonight. It has been deceptive. Fastball's been around 85, 86 at times. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Changeup has been okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Eric Campbell. One and 2. 7-3 Fargo. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball called, third strike, right over the heart of the plate. And that is strikeout number 3 for Denver Wind tonight, and he gets the Goldeyes through 4. Fargo, though, scores 3 runs. They do so on 3 hits, including a 2-run homer by Ryan Stovall. There was an error and 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of 4. Fargo 7, Winnipeg 3, TSN 1290.
You make it tea time, and Mother Nature goes,
I don't think so.
Good thing there's the Golf Dome. With 5 virtual golf simulators, you can play on courses from around the world. Get your practice in at a driving range where you pay by time, not by bucket, and save 40% with summer rates. It's fun stuff, and no crazy weather. The Golf Dome, the bubble off Sterling Lion Parkway. Don't forget to like us on Facebook for specials and coupons.
The Field of Dreams Foundation helps kids in need by supporting children's charities. I'm Tony Fletcher, president of the Field of Dreams Foundation, urging you to help out by picking up our special coupon book at Shaw Park for just $5. It's packed with $100 in savings at popular ballpark concessions and local restaurants, or you can pledge an amount per Goldeyes strikeout in the Fillmore Riley K's for Kids program. Learn more at goldeyes.com. Thanks to you, the Field of Dreams Foundation continues to make kids' dreams come true.
Wow, we're finally doing it. Building our dream home.
I never thought we'd be able to afford it.
Well, we did some good saving, and SCU did the rest.
Sweet. Can this be my room?
This will be the kitchen, bud.
Perfect.
Whether you're fixing, building, or buying, feel comfortable in a mortgage from Steinbach Credit Union. Ready to build? SCU is there with builder mortgages, great rates, and flexible terms. Talk to SCU today. After all, we're taking care of the world's most important mortgage, yours.
Bottom of the 4th inning. Amos Ramon to lead it off. 7-3 Fargo, first pitch. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. Ramon, Kendall, and Roberson. 9-1-2. Jake Labers 0-1 is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fargo leads at 7-3. They've scored in all 4 innings. Labers walked 2, struck out 3, the 1-1. There's a breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Great crowd here tonight. 6,785. 6785. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball right side. Stovall had a kick off his glove. Now he picks it up, throws to first, and they're going to get Amos Ramon. That's kind of the way it's gone. Kicked off the glove of Stovall coming in. Didn't get far enough. Of course, I think Amos has a bit of a bad ankle from batting practice injury the other night. And Stovall still can find it and get him at first base, because that is kind of reflective of the season for Winnipeg. A lot of injuries. And not really hitting the baseball or getting the fortune when somebody does make a miscue like that, but still Stovall recovers and gets Amos at first base. Back to the top of the order in Price Kendall. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Kendall 2 for 2 tonight. He's had 2 real good at-bats. Line drive to right and left. Pitch is outside and off the glove of Jennings. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, we understand it to be Ace Walker for Winnipeg on Wednesday night. Tyler Heron for Fargo. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on. That's hit to the gap in right center. That's going to drop. And be taken on a couple of hops, and Kendall will have his 3rd single of the night. 1-out variety here. And Chris Roberson, the batter. And Roberson stand in from the right side. Darkness has settled in on Winnipeg tonight. Wind is still moving from right to left. First pitch, swung on. That's hit down the third base line. It's a foul ball. Just foul. First hop was about 4 or 5 feet before the bag at third, and it just, as it hit, went to the left of the bag. Roberson a bunt single, and he's also hit into a fielder's choice. 1 out, 1 on, 7-3 Fargo. Bottom 4, the 0-1. And a bunt pushed out toward third. Labor picks that up and slings it toward first as he dove out and gets it there in advance of Roberson. And there's 2 away. Kendall gets up to second base. 1-3 on the putout. Here's Sherrill DeCaster. DeCaster's homered tonight and flown out to center. We are down to 24 Celsius, 75 Fahrenheit. It's a beautiful night for September the 3rd. We'll be back here Friday, by the way. First pitch, breaking ball, swung on and popped up. Shallow left, in comes Eggleston, back goes Ben Praise. And Eggleston will make the catch, and the Goldeyes are done here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the 5th, 7-3 is the score for Fargo on TSN 1290.
What makes Tavern United Manitoba's #1 sports pub? Service second to none. Food that's right on point. And value that's big league all the way. And this summer, during Tavern United's Your Team, Your Tickets promotion, win weekly prizes and qualify to win season tickets to your Winnipeg Goldeyes, Blue Bombers, and of course, the Jets. So get your friends together for some frothy fun, fabulous food, and guaranteed good times at your New World Sports Pub, Tavern United.
I'm Larry McIntosh. Idaho to Winnipeg, 2,071 kilometers. Winkler to Winnipeg, 116 kilometers. Which potatoes do you think are fresher? Peak of the market, the vegetables less traveled, and that's a good thing.
The very best from Manitoba, and it's peak of the market.
In business, you need all aspects of your operation working together. Still, the decisions you make in one area can impact another. At MNP, we offer a full range of services from accounting, consulting, and tax, so we can help across all aspects of your operation with the resources and industry-specific knowledge that can help your business grow. Think forward. Contact your local MNP office or visit us online at mnp.ca.
You're listening to Goldeyes Baseball.
Top of the 5th inning. And Fargo leading 7-3 here tonight. John Gaston, Ryan Delgado, Marcos Rodriguez, hitters 5, 6, and 7. Just a reminder, the fan club will be getting together for their away Wednesday on Wednesday night for the first game of the playoffs. Same place. First pitch, swung on, ground ball right side, rolled up to DeCaster, up with it, over to first. And there's one away. And Ryan Delgado will step in from the right side. He's 1 for 2. Had a single, scored a run, struck out. Away Wednesday is always at the St. James Bowling Lanes on Portage Avenue, just a little bit west of Polo Park. They'll assemble at 6:30 downstairs, and they'll have the game on. Everyone welcome. First pitch is outside, ball 1. I mean, the fan club will host it, but everyone is welcome. 6:30, St. James Bowling Lanes, Wednesday night, away Wednesday. The 1-0. Swung on and pulled foul, left side, into the seats. After it skipped off the warning track, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1. And the pitch. Swung on, ground ball out towards short to his left. Kendall fields it and gathers his balance in behind second base and throws to first, 2 away. Nice play by Price. And Marcos Rodriguez, the batter. And Rodriguez will step in from the left side, a double, a run scored, and then he grounded out. 2 away in the inning. We're in the 5th. Fargo has scored in all 4. They lead at 7-3. 7 runs on 8 hits. Goldeyes 3 runs, 7 hits, and an error. Denver Wynn works into his 5th. First pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Can change of pace. Series will go Wednesday, Thursday in Fargo, and back here Friday night. 0-1. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. If necessary, Saturday night. And if necessary after that, Sunday evening. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball off the mound, back up the middle, but right there is Kendall with a little bit of a shift on. Fields the ball, no problem. And Rodriguez is thrown out. Nice play. The Goldeyes employ a little shift here. Send a little wrinkle. And finally, Fargo sits down in order. Zeros across the board. We'll go to the bottom of 5. They lead it, though, 7-3 over the Goldeyes. You're listening to Goldeyes Baseball, game 100 of a 100-game regular season on TSN 1290.
It's Ken, and I'm just not going to do a regular commercial here. I'll tell you what Ken would do. Ken would read the whole ad on this here Kenwood two-way radio from Prairie Mobile. It's tough. Watch. See? Kenwood two-way radios will keep your business connected without the cell phone bill. Scramble features, and did I mention, it's tough. Two-way radios from Kenwood. It's what Ken would do, and you should too.
After the sale, it's the service that counts. Prairie Mobile, your Kenwood authorized dealer.
One little drop of oil can spoil 1,000,000 drops of water. So put used oil in its place. Call or click for information.
Used Oil Recycling is giving away free Goldeyes key tags at 12 select home games this season with 3 ways to win. If the number on the back of your key tag is drawn in the second inning, you can win a $50 gift certificate from Future Shop. If you activate your key tag online and your keys are ever lost, they'll be returned for free. Once your key tag is activated, you are entered for a chance to win an autographed Goldeyes jersey. The draw will take place at the last game of the season. Mr. Oil Drop reminds you to keep your environment clean and green by recycling your used oil and antifreeze products.
UseOilRecycling.com. Hey, Manitoba, do it now. UseOilRecycling.com.
Call 1-888-410-1440.
Make every drop count.
Bottom 5, 7-3 Fargo. Barbero Canizares, the batter. He'll lead it off, followed by Josh Mazzola and Luis Allen against Jake Laber. Hitters 4, 5, and 6. First pitch is low, ball 1. Canizares tonight 0 for 1 with a walk. 3 for 8 in the series. And the 1-0. Inside and low, 2-0. Here in the bottom of 5, we'll have a look at what the Goldeyes are doing this week. And it's brought to you by Boston Pizza. Come into Boston Pizza during grill therapy, and you could win a trip. The 2-0 in there for a strike, 2-1. You could win the ultimate hockey road trip to see Winnipeg play LA in LA. Boston Pizza here to make you happy. The 2-1 swung on and fouled back to the screen. 2-2. Well, this is it. Game 100, and then the Goldeyes will play 3 more for sure. Maybe 4, maybe 5. Starting Wednesday night in Fargo. 2-2. Swung on, ground ball out towards short. Right there is Penpraise. Throws to first. 1 down. And here's Josh Mazzola, who's tripled, driven in a run, and scored. Just a reminder, we'll be right across the network for all of the playoff games. And they originate here on TSN 1290. And our pregame show for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6:30 every evening. First pitch, swung on, fouled back, and a breaking ball, strike 1. Wednesday and Thursday's game start at 7:02. Friday's game here in Winnipeg starts at 7:05. And you can get your tickets. Box office open regular office hours tomorrow. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-2 after the long weekend. You can even buy them tonight if you're at the ballpark and want to exit. Get a couple of Ducats. The 0-2 swung on, bounced left side, foul. So again, 6:30, all 3 games with our pregame. And 7:02, 7:02, 7:05 start times. Laber ahead of Mazzola at 0-2. And the pitch is high, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mazzola extended a hitting streak to 7 straight tonight. Leads the team with 74 runs batted in. 1-2 is just outside. 2-2. We're in the bottom of 5. 7-3. Fargo in front. 1 away in the inning. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Mazzola down on strikes. 4th strikeout for Jake Laber. And Luis Allen, the batter. And Allen, a strikeout and an RBI single in the 3rd. Earlier tonight was selected as the fans' choice as the player of the year for the Goldeyes. Promptly on his next at bat up, had an RBI single. First pitch, swung on and lined out to short. Caught by Penpraise, and the Goldeyes go 1-2-3 here in the 5th. Zeros across. We'll go to the 6th. 7-3 Fargo. TSN 1290.
Any bites?
Nothing. Dad, we've tried your fishing spot. It's my turn to pick. I know this really sweet spot.
You do?
Fergie's. Now that's easy fishing.
Why fish when you can get the best catch at Fergie's? Fergie's is authentic style fish and chips made fresh to order. No need to rock the boat. Just head to Fergie's Fish and Chips for the best fish and chips around. Fergie's Fish and Chips at the Forks.
The place for great fish and chips.
Fish-delicious!
Teamwork wins ball games, and it's made Sabre Agencies an even stronger player in the insurance business. Recently, Sabre Agencies teamed up with Canada's largest personal property insurance company, Intact Insurance. So now, when life throws you a curveball, they'll get you back in the game faster than ever. Are you over 50 with no claims for 3 years? Then you could score big league savings on home insurance, including no deductible on your first claim. Call Sabre Agencies for details. 694-6787.
The pros at Tradesman Mechanical Services are good people to know when life throws you a screwball that screws up your home's comfort zone. They're experts, so they can install and service all the latest York heating and air conditioning products. Tradesman Mechanical has a 24-hour service desk, so when trouble strikes, call anytime. They service all makes and models because your comfort is their business. Tradesman Mechanical Services. They can help your home run better.
Never miss the action with live Goldeyes coverage on TSN 1290. Now, back to the voice of the Goldeyes. Here's Paul Edmonds.
Well, we go to the sixth inning. Todd Jennings, Ryan Stovall, and Zach Penpraise. 8-9-1 for Winnipeg. And Denver Wynn is going to work into his sixth. 7-3 Fargo. And Todd Jennings 1 for 2 tonight. Fargo had scored in 4 straight before Wynn sat them down 1-2-3 in the fifth. Fireworks to follow tonight. And a great crowd. Just shy of 6,800. Here's the catcher, Jennings. First pitch to him. Swung on, and that's hit out to left field. Coming in is Mike Coles, and he'll slide and make the catch. Nice grab. One away. And Ryan Stovall, the batter. He's had a good night. A 2-run single, a 2-run homer. 2 for 2, 4 RBI. 5 RBI in the series. And he'll stand in from the right side. Last time the Goldeyes saw Fargo and Ryan Stovall, he was about the only one that was struggling on the team. And that's when Fargo took 3 of 4 from Winnipeg. First pitch is low, ball 1. In Fargo. Goldeyes did win the season series in Fargo, though. 4-3. 1-0. Is low. 2-0. They did lose here, though. Fargo leads at 8-3. It could be 9-3 or 8-4 after tonight. Fargo in front here, though, 7-3. The 2-0 to Stovall. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Here in the sixth, let's have a look at Inside the Numbers, brought to you by Recycle Everywhere. The 2-1. Breaking ball, swung on, bounced over the mound, back up the middle, eludes the glove of DeCaster, and into center field it goes. Roberson's going to throw to first base after he picked up the baseball, but Stovall is 3 for 3 tonight. 1-out single. And back to the top of the order in Zach Penpraise. Penpraise 0 for 2 tonight with a walk, a stolen base, his league-leading 46th. And a run scored. And the first pitch is outside, ball 1. And here comes Rick Forney out to have a little chat. Penpraise scores his league-leading 93rd run of the year. And now Goldeyes is going to get somebody up in the bullpen. It will be a left-hander in Jack Van Leeuwen. The Goldeyes will depart as we get a mound meeting. The Goldeyes will depart tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon from the ballpark here. and then be in Fargo probably in time to go out and have a bite of supper and settle into their hotel rooms. Home plate umpire Brian Child goes out to break up that mound meeting. It's ball one on Pen Praise. We're going to look at inside the numbers for Recycle Everywhere. Making away from home recycling commonplace. To learn more, visit recycleeverywhere.ca. Well, as mentioned, the Goldeyes did win that season series in Fargo. 4 wins, 3 losses. But here at home, that's where there's been trouble. Fargo 8-3 against the Goldeyes in 11 starts this year here in downtown Winnipeg. It could be 9-3 tonight or 8-4. Mound meeting's over, and the 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. In fact, if the Goldeyes don't win this game tonight, Fargo will have won all 3 series against Winnipeg in Winnipeg. 3 games to 1, 4 games to none, 2 games to 1. Throw goes over to first, and Stovall back in time. Stovall was caught stealing back in the second inning. The overall season series belongs to Fargo. The 2-0 is low, 3-0. 11 wins in 17 starts. They can make it 12-18 here tonight. Fargo head-to-head against the Goldeyes. The pitch is low, ball 4. And here comes Rick Forney. That's going to be it for Denver Wynn here tonight. Second visit will spell automatic relief. So it puts 2 on, and Wynn will walk his third. He's walked Pen Praise twice tonight. That will bring up Aaron Eggleston, and Eggleston's going to face a left-hander in Jack Van Leeuwen. Well, that'll be it for Denver Wynn. Not a bad start here tonight. And he'll get paid off by the fans. And the Goldeyes will make a pitching change, going lefty-lefty when we come back in 70 seconds. Call the bullpen being made on TSN 1290.
For football.
Are you guys concerned about a 23-year-old who's had major reconstructive surgery on both his shoulders already?
Absolutely. Yeah, and shoulders for an O-lineman is everything, right? Because you're constantly step and punch.
For hockey.
I think it's a shame that the Toronto Maple Leafs take the kind of money they do from their fans, and they haven't been in the playoffs in 7 years. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. The Montreal Canadiens since 1993.
For Goldeyes.
Back of the warning track, at the wall, and he makes the catch.
Nothing but sports.
I mean, either you love him or you hate him, and I bet there's a lot of people out there that used to hate him that are starting to love him. The guy's the best thing to happen to Major League Baseball in a long time.
When sports is your passion.
It's like you're talking to a 12-year-old kid who's refusing to take responsibility for whatever that they had done. And you don't want guys like that. I don't care how talented they are.
TSN 1290. All sports.
You want guys like that on your team?
All the time.
Jack Van Leeuwen is summoned out of the bullpen tonight. Denver Wynn is done. 5 1/3 innings. And for Denver, he gives up 9 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Of the 7 runs, I have only 6 are being earned against him. That error factored in back in the 4th. And Jack Van Leeuwen comes into the baseball game. This pitching change is brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 452-0909. And Van Leeuwen will face Aaron Eggleston and Nick Jackson. So 2 lefties in a row here with 1 out, 2 on. Stovall is at second, Pen Praise at first. And Van Leeuwen makes his 51st appearance. He's 4-1 with a 3.76 ERA. 12th appearance as a Goldeye. And a 360 earned run average. And a 1-1 record. Runners on the move. Now Van Leeuwen's going to step off and throw to third. And they are going to get Stovall there. Well, Stovall was the only one that took off. Van Leeuwen stepped off almost like Winnipeg knew it was going to come. And Stovall is thrown out on the base paths for the second time tonight. That's out number 2. And it goes 1-5. Nice move by Jack Van Leeuwen, a product of Brandon, South Dakota. So now, 2 away and a runner at first base. And Van Leeuwen will come set. And the first throw goes over to first base, and Penpraise walks back in safely. Penpraise stole second back in the first. Goldeyes have a right-hander up throwing now in the bullpen. And that's Downing. Breaking ball is outside. Ball 1 to start Eggleston off. And nothing in 1. We saw Jack Van Leeuwen yesterday, an inning, a hit, a run. No walks, no strikeouts. And they're going to throw behind Penpraise, and now Luis Allen, a little too late in getting that throw or getting it out of his glove. Even throwing behind Penpraise, they don't even throw to second base. And Penpraise will steal second for his second stolen base of the night, 47th of the year. And the pitch. Breaking ball is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Eggleston 0 for 3 tonight. 7-3 Fargo in front. We're in the 6th. The 2-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Just back a second for Recycle Everywhere and Inside the Numbers. The overall all-time record, Fargo leads it between these two teams by 17 wins. 2-1. Swung on, ground ball back up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And in to score is Penpraise for his second run of the night. It is 95th of the year, and it's 8-3 for the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. So a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. And here's Nick Jackson. Fargo 134 and 117. They've really dominated Winnipeg in Winnipeg, 71-52. Excuse me, Fargo's dominated Winnipeg in Fargo, 71-52. Despite the Goldeyes winning the season series in Fargo this year, first pitch to Jackson is in there for a strike. And it's been pretty close here in Winnipeg, but Fargo losing the series overall, all time in Winnipeg. The pitch, breaking ball swung on, bounce right side, foul. 68-63 for Winnipeg here in Winnipeg against Fargo, although that could change tonight and go to 68-64. Fargo up by 5. We're in the 6th. Van Leeuwen will come set, and the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and hammered down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Another double for Nick Jackson. He will race for second base. Around third, heading home is Eggleston. Here comes the throw. It's high and beyond the glove of Kyle Day. Goes to the backstop, and Nick Jackson will drive in a run to make it 9-3 with a double here. His third double of the night and his 5th in the last 2 games. And Eric Campbell, the batter. Fargo seems to me here tonight like they're sending a message. They're going to swing the bat. They're going to still play D. They're going to run bases. As Eric Campbell 1 for 3 tonight, a couple of strikeouts and an infield single. First pitch. Swung on and fouled to the plate for strike 1. 9-3 for the RedHawks. 1 run away from double digits for the second straight game. And Van Leeuwen will come set, and the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, bounced back up the middle. That's going to get through. And in to score is going to be Jackson. Up with the ball, Roberson. His throw cut off, and up to second base, and the throw home will go Campbell. and it's 10-3 for Fargo. And a lot of bouncers back up the middle here in this inning. 2 in a row now, or actually 2 of the last 3 hits. Jackson doubled down the line, and here's John Gaston. And John Gaston 0 for 2 with a walk. Kaohi Downing throwing in the bullpen for Winnipeg. And Gaston stands in from the left side. Van Leur will come set. First pitch. Breaking ball is high, ball 1. We're in the 6th inning, 10-3 Fargo. The 1-0 is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Gaston has bounced out twice and walked. The 2-0 in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Fargo 10 runs, 12 hits. Winnipeg 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. The 2-1. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball, and it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Van Leur will come set in the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and the inning comes to an end. Fargo, though, adds on 3 more runs. They have scored in 5 of 6. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of 6. 10-3 RedHawks, TSN 1290.
Have you been running? Running up credit card debts? Running up bills? Running on money you didn't have? Just to keep one step ahead of creditors? Sooner or later, it catches up with all of us. That's when you need someone who can counsel you on credit, advise you on credit proposals and other options. Stop running and fix the debt you have.
Go to lctaylor.com right now. LC Taylor, trustees in bankruptcy. Your way forward.
Summer is the season for long road trips with the family.
Are we there yet?
And if you want to make it there, it's time for you to talk to Cal. No matter if your visit is for a tire rotation, an alignment, or even a basic oil service, all your visits come with a free mechanical inspection. Make sure your vehicle is ready for the high temperatures and heavy use that summer driving brings. Talk to Cal at any one of Cal Tire's 5 convenient Winnipeg locations.
You gotta roll with me.
From our great beaches to our great ballpark. And I just don't mean on the field. I mean on Goldeyes Grill, where they sizzle up some of the best hot dogs you've ever tasted. Diamond Dogs, the official hot dog of the Goldeyes. Custom made by Winkler Meats. Diamond Dogs are naturally smoked, gluten and allergen free, and made with quality ingredients that deliver full flavor every bite. Try them at the game or pick them up at your local grocer. Diamond Dogs from Winkler Meats. Product quality is our tradition.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mike Coles to lead it off, followed by Kyle Day and Amos Ramon, 7, 8, and 9. 10-3, Fargo in front. And Jake Labor works into his 6th inning. First pitch is a fastball wide, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Coles 0 for 2 tonight. And the 1-0 is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Winnipeg at 55 and 44 going into this one. The 2-0. Low 3-0. Fargo, a league best. And maybe on the cusp of their 65th win. 3-0 is high, ball 4. And Coles will draw a walk. 3rd walk issued by Jake Labor tonight. No activity in that bullpen for Fargo. They're going to ride Jake Labor as far as they they can get him, and here's Kyle Day, who's 0 for 2. It's kind of good to have a real quick check here. Grand Prairie finished at 64-36 last year. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. So Fargo could surpass that with a win tonight. 0-1 to Kyle Day. Pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Nothing in 2 to Kyle Day, who's bounced out and struck out. And the pitch. Swung on, fell to the plate. 0-2 to Kyle Day. The Goldeyes, by the way, is I think Kyle broke his bat. And he'll go back to the Goldeyes third base dugout to get a new stick. Winnipeg led the league in attendance last year with 275,000. Here tonight, based on the 67,85 that are here, they were at 278,000 coming in, so a higher total than they had last year. I think there was a rainout factored in there last year as well. And the pitch is low, 1-2. Goldeyes will get to 285,263. 285,263 for the season, which is better than last year in their first year in the American Association. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and chasing is Kyle Day. And down on strikes he goes. Strikeout number 5 for Jake Laber. And Amos Ramon the batter. And Ramon is 0 for 2. We're at the bottom of the 6th inning, 10-3 Fargo. And Ramon has bounced out twice tonight. First pitch is low, ball 1. He bounced out to third in the second and to second in the fourth. Winnipeg was 7 hits tonight, 3 runs. The 1-0. Swung on, and that's lifted down the right field line. Foul territory, long run for Gaston, not going to get there. And it bounces before him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now we'll see what the Goldeyes have on Wednesday night. For whatever reason, the team's been much better on the road. If they lose tonight, they will finish just 2 games better at home. They were 8 games better on the road. Pitch is swung on, bounced, sharply off the roof. The Goldeyes dugout and into the seats. 1-2. Ramon hitting .286. 4 homers and 35 driven in. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. And we do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goldeyes will get somebody up in the bullpen again. Right-hander. Kaohi Dowdy. The 1-2. Breaking ball is outside 2-2 to Famous Amos, who is 2 for 8 in the series. 50-50 is almost $8,000 here tonight. 2-2. Way inside, and that went as a fair ball, they're going to say, off the end of the bat. off the knob of the bat of Amos Ramon. It stays fair up the first base line, and Fargo records the out. I think it's going to be unassisted by Marcos Rodriguez. And Mike Coles advances to second on that, and it will be a 3 unassisted. And there's 2 away for Bryce Kendall. Amos didn't put up much of an argument. I think he tried to sell it like he was hit by a pitch. And top of the order in Bryce Kendall. And Kendall, 3 for 3 tonight. First pitch is swung on and looped in behind second. Caught there by Stovall. And the Goldeyes are done in the 6th. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We'll go to the 7th. 10-3 Fargo. TSN 1290.
The Mediterranean.
The Greek.
The Mediterranean.
The Greek.
Even if you can't agree on what kind of pizza to get, at least everyone in Winnipeg agrees where to get it. Santa Lucia Pizza. For the 6th straight year, you and Uptown Magazine readers voted Santa Lucia Best Pizza in Winnipeg. They've also received the Consumer Choice Award for Best Pizza Restaurant. Whether it's dine-in, takeout, or home delivery, Winnipeg agrees. Santa Lucia Pizza is the best in town.
You see, the best ingredients make the best of the pizza.
What if I told you that chiropractic care is highly effective in treating the injuries sustained in car accidents, and that the costs associated with your chiropractic care and recovery are fully covered through Manitoba Public Insurance? And what if I told you all you have to do is concentrate on getting well? Would you be interested? Manitoba chiropractors are passionate about improving the lives of all Manitobans, helping injured motorists gain relief from their pain and suffering.
Manitoba Chiropractors, making life better.
Knowledge is power.
Get the power you need to succeed at CDI College.
With relevant, focused career training for business, healthcare,
art and design, legal, technology, and more.
Learn more.
Earn more.
Get more out of life with a career you love, not just a job.
Find your passion at cdicollege.ca.
CDI College. We change lives through education.
CDI.
I love it, and we will succeed.
You're listening to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball, live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Sirius Technologies. Let's get back to the action with Paul Edmonds.
Well, we go to the 7th inning, and Kauhi Downing will come in as the 3rd pitcher of the night for Winnipeg. Fargo leads it 10-3. And they have scored in all but 1 inning. In the 5th, they went 1-2-3. They've scored 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and 3 more in the 6th. And Ryan Delgado will step up and in from the right-hand side. That's it for Jack Van Leeuwen tonight. 2/3 of an inning. First pitch. Fastball's low, ball 1. And Jack gives up 3 hits, 2 runs. They're both earned. No walks and a strikeout. Pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. Ground ball out towards short. 1 step to his right, backhanded pickup Kendall. And a throw to first base, 1 away. And here's Marcos Rodriguez. So good job by Kauhi Downing. Get that leadoff guy out. And for Downing, a right-hander out of the great state of Hawaii. Here's an interesting story. Downing, Van Leeuwen, and I think there was 1 more. First pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. Have gone recently with Josh Drews, who's the bullpen catcher for the Goldeyes. And just all-around good guy and former University of Winnipeg Westman baseball player. Curling. The 0-1. And a pitch in there for a strike. I don't know. There might be a record here, but Downing could be the first Hawaiian to ever curl. The 0-2. Is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I forget the club, but they're going to one of the local clubs here in town. And for you folks that don't know much about curling or turning Your head's around going, what is it? Well, it's like shuffleboard on ice. 1-2 is high, 2-2. Marcos Rodriguez. And a lot of our American friends aren't that familiar with it. It's very popular here in Canada, very popular in Manitoba. We're very good at it. The 2-2 is swung on, bounced out towards short. To his right a step. Kendall up with it, and he throws to first to get Marcos Rodriguez. All of a sudden, we're seeing a little bit more of a shift for Winnipeg on Fargo here. Todd Jennings, the batter. He's 1 for 3. And we have many curling clubs in the city of Winnipeg and just outside and across the province. Here's Jennings. First pitch is in there for a strike. Downing, Van Leeuwen, and one more. I can't remember the other guy's name. Who it was in the Goldeyes. Recently went curling. The 0-1 is on the outside edge for a strike. Now, apparently, I'm told, Kauhi is a natural. The biggest adjustment, and I'm not being flippant here, quite serious, the big adjustment was for him to walk into the cold curling rink. Pitches inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once he got past that, he was fine. With the sweeping, coming out of the hack. Apparently, he's doing the Manitoba tuck, too. There's the flat slide, of course, out of the hack, or where you tuck that foot right underneath your stomach. And he's doing the good old Manitoba tuck. 1-2. Breaking ball, called third strike on the outside corner. And that's a real good inning for Kauhi. And it's stretch time in my hometown. Zeros across the board. Fargo goes 1-2-3. Downing gets a strikeout. And we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Wherever you are tonight, get up with us and stretch them out. Unless you're sore from curling, we invite you to stay with us. Bottom of the 7th is next. 10-3 Fargo, TSN 1290.
For 5 years, the new Pembina Chrysler has become Winnipeg's most conveniently located automotive center. From a 30-minute ORS-free oil change, I'll Make Collision Center, Canada's largest parts volume dealer, or an incredible selection of new and used vehicles, it's really all here at the new Pembina Chrysler. So why drive to the outskirts of the city to buy, much less go all the way back for service, when it's all here at the new Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, 300 Pembina Highway or PembinaChrysler.com.
Birthdays, office functions, tea parties, whatever. With Archangel Fireworks, every little event becomes a magical backyard affair. So go ahead, rock that next block party. Got a wedding? Bring something blue, and then blow it up. Whatever you do, make it a backyard affair with Archangel Fireworks. At Confusion Corner and online at archangelfireworks.com. The sky is your canvas.
That baseball glove. You know the one. The one that you got in high school. The one that got you MVP your senior year. Yeah, you know the one. And we do too. At Ranger Insurance, we protect what's important to you. Because whatever size it is, it's the little things that matter. Whether it's home, life, auto, or commercial, Ranger Insurance has a plan that's right for you. For the protection you deserve, visit rangerinsurance.ca.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. We welcome you back. (10-3) Fargo in front. Chris Roberson, Sherundle de Castro, Barbero, Canizares against Jake Laber. First pitch from Laber to Roberson is a breaking ball that's in there for a strike. Roberson is batting from the right side against the lefty. The 0-1 is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. There is a feeling across the league, and the numbers would probably pitches swung on and fouled away right side. Tell you that Chris Roberson is a better hitter from the left side than his natural side, his right. Well, the simple reason for that is, of course, you just face more right-handed pitching, so you're batting more from the left side. You get more ABs from the left side. The pitch swung on, bounced out toward third, backing up on it. Campbell fields it and throws to first base. One away. And Toronto Lancaster with a home run tonight steps up and in. Chris Roberson is a left-handed batter, hitting .331. Hitting .276 as a right-handed batter. So a big difference. Over 50 points. First pitch to the caster is low, ball one. For 1-0. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. And it's 1-1. Let's get to the answer on trivia here tonight. Trivia is always brought to you by Place Louis. Pitches outside 2-1. Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg. Place Louis Riel specializing in spacious executive suites. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, foul to my left, and back down below. 2-2 to the caster. Question was this. Last week, Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks outfielder Nick Jackson was named the American Association's Player of the Year. The 2-2. Swung on, lined out to short, caught by Penbrace. Now there's two down. And Barbero Canizares, the batter, he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Including this year, how many times has Jackson been selected as the Independent League's Player of the Year and named the years? Well, congratulations to Mike Bobko tonight. He's at the ball game in Section E. Way down there. First pitch is outside, ball one. Now the pitch. Swung on, that's hit to right center. Not very well, and running for it, though, is Jackson. He'll make the catch, and that is that. Well, congratulations, Mike. You knew the answers twice, because it's this year, 2012, of course, and he also was the Northern League Player of the Year in 2009. And he had, in terms of numbers, even a better year that year. We'll tell you about that when we come back. Mike Bobko is our winner. And he picks up a Goldeyes travel mug and has a chance to win the grand prize of a weekend stay at the end of the season at the Place Louis. We'll go to the 8th. Goldeyes go 1-2-3. 10-3 Fargo, TSN 1290.
This Goldeyes season, Salisbury House on the Esplanade Riel is hitting it right out of the park with great new taste sensations to get you ready to roar before the game or relive the fun after the final out. With so many great choices, every visit is a new eating adventure. And remember, Sal's is the only place to go for a nip platter, the fan favorite that hits a home run every time. So before or after any Goldeyes game, stroll on over for great food and fun on the Esplanade Riel at Salisbury House. Your house, your food, your way.
If I said to you, you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? Well, not if you got the body work done at Morey Auto Body, because beautiful body work is what they do best. They're not part of some giant chain, so they treat every customer like their only customer, and that means attention to detail like you wouldn't believe. Frame straightening, expert refinishing, even boat repairs, painting, and deckling. Morey Auto Body does it all and does it right. Really right. Right where you'd expect them to be, at 700 Morey. These guys hit it right out of the park.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes make dreams come true by providing live baseball experiences to charities, nonprofit groups, and inner-city programs. Now, with the Goldeyes Community Zone, even more memories are available to be made. For group tickets, contact the Goldeyes at 982 Base. These extra seats are only possible through generous donations from the Community Zone partners. So, from the Winnipeg Goldeyes and Community Zone recipients, thank you. CN, Princess Auto, Great West Life, and CDI College.
You're listening to Goldeyes Baseball Live on TSN 1290. Brought to you in part by Avalon and the Gulf Dome.
First pitch to Ryan Stovall is fouled away by a 3-for-3 night. Or the first pitch from Kauhi Downing to Ryan Stovall, who's at a 3-for-3 night, is fouled away for strike one. It should be a good battle here. Downing sat down the RedHawks in the 7th. 1-2-3. Stovall's 3 for 3. The 0-1. Swing and a miss and a high fastball, and it's 0-2. Stovall, a 2-run single, a 2-run homer, and a single. That's his line tonight. He hit his 7th of the year. He's driven in 52 on the season. Downing's ahead of him, though. 0-2. The pitch is inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the 8th. 10-3. Fargo leads it. And we're just going to tell you about Nick Jackson not only winning the Player of the Year this year, but in 09, the 1-2 is low, 2-2. Jackson this year, a .303 average, 17 homers, a league-leading 88 RBI, 19 stolen bases. He's had 4 doubles the last 2 nights, 2-2. Swung on and popped up. Right field, Mazzola in control underneath it, reaches up, makes the catch, 1 away. Okay, I voted for Nick Jackson, so did a lot of other people, obviously. Rick felt that this guy, Zach Penpraise, was maybe the Player of the Year, and we both agreed you could have gone either way on either one of them. Nick Jackson in 2009 had even a better year than this year, and he was the Northern League Player of the Year. Hit .310, 26 doubles, 17 home runs, pitches swung on and ripped out to left, high, deep, and gone for Penpraise. His 6th of the year. And he gets his first hit of the night. First pitch swinging, and he just whacked that one into left center and into the night. And it's 11-3 for the Fargo-Moorhead RedHawks. And Aaron Eggleston, the batter. And Eggleston will step in from the left side. First pitch. Fastball missed inside, ball 1. Nick Jackson, 17 home runs this year, 17 back in 09. Hitting .303 at this point. He hit .310 that year. Pitch is swung on and missed. And it's 1-1. But he drove in 97 runs in 09. He has 88 to lead the league this year. And he scored 76 runs that year in 95 games. Jackson has scored 77 runs here this year, and this is his 99th game, the 2-1. Swung on, fouled away. 2-2. Just based on RBI numbers, better back in 09. But this has still been a monster year. He had 26 doubles back in 09. He has 30 this year. Pitch is a little bit low, and half a swing didn't go around. So some of the numbers a little bit better from 09, and a couple of them better from this year. Either way, you couldn't go wrong with picking him in 09 or this year, although there could be a real good argument for Penpraise as Player of the Year. Fargo had 2 of the best players in the league, 3-2. Breaking ball, chopped right side. Coming in on it to Castor. He'll throw to first. And there'll be 2 away after the home run. So again, congratulations to Mike Bobko, our winner on that trivia question. I think we carried over to the playoffs. Memory serves, we always do. And here is Nick Jackson. 3 for 4 tonight. 3 doubles. 2 RBI, 2-run score. First pitch is in there for a strike. Downing with a good breaking ball there. Sioux City leading Kansas City in the 9th, 4-3 tonight on the Manitoba Blue Cross out-of-town scoreboard. And Gary in front of Laredo, 4-3 in the 7th. And the 0-1. is high, and Jackson just bends out of the way of that. Winnipeg Senior Baseball League. Kildonan Mudcats swept best-of-5 final over the St. B Legionnaires, 5-3 tonight at Whittier. Congratulations to them. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Swung on, broken bat, lifted to center. Here comes Roberson, and he dives. And does he make the catch? No. They're going to say he trapped it. Nobody's at second, and Jackson will fly in there safely with his 4th double of the night. And Rick is going to argue that call. Here he comes. First base umpire, Rich Gunton, made the call. It will be Jackson's 4th double of the night. And that one a blooper to center that Roberson came in, dove, and, well, everybody, you can hear some of the booing, felt that he made the catch. And Rich Gunton was moving up towards second to get a real good look in center field and said that he did not. And that was our first base umpire's call here. And I don't think anything will become of this. Rick will start to back off away from the first base umpire and head back toward that Goldeyes first base dugout. Or excuse me, third base dugout. 11-3 Fargo, a bloop double for Jackson, his 4th double of the night. The only time Winnipeg got him out was in the first, when he drove in a run with a ground ball to the right side at first base. Here's Eric Campbell, 2 for 4. An RBI, 2 strikeouts tonight. (11-3) Fargo. Runner at second base. First pitch is in there for a strike. Jackson has 5 doubles in the last 2 games. Actually, 6 doubles in the last 2 games. He had 2 yesterday and 4 today. 6 doubles in the last 2 games. 0-1 is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. $14 hits tonight for Fargo. They had 17 yesterday. Most the Goldeyes have given up this year is 18. 1-1 is a little bit low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Came back with that slider, did Downey. Two balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is outside. Got by Day. Goes back toward the screen. Over to third base is Nick Jackson. That'll be on a wild pitch. The count 3-1 to Eric Campbell. Campbell struck out in the first, had an infield single in the third. Struck out looking in the fourth, had an RBI single in the 6th inning, his last trip. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is inside, ball 4. So the Goldeyes will walk their 4th of the night. First walk issued by Cahokie Downey. And here's John Gaston, who's 0 for 3 with a walk. And Gaston, 1 for 10 in the series. Left-handed batter. First pitch is low, ball 1. There are a lot of weapons on this Fargo team. Penpraise, Jackson, Campbell, Delgado, Stovall's kind of picked it up. This guy as well. The 1-0 swung on and fouled away, and it's a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not too many weak spots in this 1 through 9 order. And they have the best pitching staff in terms of the ERA in the league. The only team under 4, 1-1, is Low, 2-1. What's a little bit surprising is their fielding percentage is about middle of the pack, same with the Goldeyes. But they have not made many errors against Winnipeg this year. In fact, they haven't made an error in this series. Pitch is swung on, bounced out toward third. Up with it, Ramon, and he'll throw across. And that is that for Fargo. But they get a run on a home run by Zach Penpraise. There were 2 hits in the inning and 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of 8. Fargo in command of this one, 11-3, TSN 1290.
Yep. There's lots of storage reality stuff on TV these days, but in Winnipeg, real people prefer real storage at Storageville. Why? 2 super convenient locations, both with really easy access to your locker. It's absolutely secure and always pristine clean. Learn more about Storageville's many wow factors at storageville.ca and sign up for upcoming auction alerts. Never know what treasures you might find. Storageville, where Winnipeg stores.
Yep. Recycle everywhere.
It's a swing, and he popped it up. Has he got it?
The ball was caught, but not by a glove, Mike. Looks like it landed inside a Recycle Everywhere bin. I'd recognize that little blue bird anywhere.
They're everywhere these days.
Beverage container recycling is expanding in Manitoba. Look for Recycle Everywhere bins at Shaw Stadium and other public places. Visit us at recycleeverywhere.ca.
Recycle everywhere.
If you love fishing, you've got to discover the Alumacraft difference. Alumacraft boats simply deliver way more bang for your fishing buck. More models to choose from, more durability, more resale value, more outstanding performance, more of everything you want in a boat that will last. You really can see and feel the difference quality makes. Get the facts at alumacraft.com or give Girton Equipment a call at 1-800-619-0614. Alumacraft. Better built, better ride, better value.
Bottom of the 8th inning. My name is Paul Edmonds. Trevor Stoico is our producer-operator back at the studio. Joel Marcoux, whose tones grace the afternoons, Monday through Friday on this station, helping us out on site. Why? Well, he's just hanging around and grubbing for some extra money. We're glad to have him. Glad to have you. Here's Josh Mazzola. First pitch is swung on and fouled right side. Will it get out of play or playable for Rodriguez? And Rodriguez is over there by the ball boy and makes the catch, and Mazzola is out on one pitch as Jake Labor works into the bottom of 8. 11-3 Fargo in front. Winnipeg down to their final 5 outs, and here's Luis Allen, who's 1 for 3. And Brian Boyning throwing in the bullpen. First pitch is high, ball 1. 11-3 Fargo. Bottom 8, fireworks to follow. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Right-hander getting loose in the bullpen for the Redhawks. The 1-1. Swung on, fouled away right side. Kevin Fuqua. 1-2 to Luis Allen. One ball, 2 strikes. Louis is struck out, had an RBI single and lined out the pitch. Swung on and grounded foul. Third base side, just 1-2. So activity in both bullpens. Trades and transactions brought to you by the Animal Hospital Manitoba. We're a full-service veterinary hospital that also provides behavioral and nutritional counseling. The Animal Hospital Manitoba pitches low, 2-2. We treat your pets as if they were our own. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Inside. 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Luis Allen. And the payoff is low with a breaking ball, ball 4. And now Mike Cole's the batter. 4 walks issued by Jake Labor. 11-3 Fargo. And here comes Doug Simonek. And he's probably going to bring in the right-hander to face Mike Coles. You know, there's a little bit of cat and mouse going on in strategy here tonight with some of the matchups. Just to see how guys react to, facing a left-hander if you're a left-handed batter or vice versa. And now Simonek will point down to the bullpen, and Kevin Fuqua will enter the baseball game. That's it for Jake Labor. Good effort by him tonight. Excellent, in fact. He goes 7 1/3. Tell you about that when we come back at 70 on the call of the bullpen on TSN. Fargo leads it 11-3, 1290.
Are you guys concerned about a 23-year-old who's had major reconstructive surgery on both his shoulders already?
Absolutely. Yeah, and shoulders for an O-lineman is everything, right? Because you're constantly step and punch.
For hockey,
I think it's a shame that the Toronto Maple Leafs take the kind of money they do from their fans, and they haven't been in the playoffs in 7 years. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967. The Montreal Canadiens. Since 1993.
For Goldeyes.
Back in the warning track. At the wall, and he makes the catch.
Nothing but sports.
I mean, either you love him or you hate him, and I bet there's a lot of people out there that used to hate him that are starting to love him. The guy's the best thing to happen to Major League Baseball in a long time.
When sports is your passion.
It's like you're talking to a 12-year-old kid who's refusing to take responsibility for whatever that they had done. And you don't want guys like that. I don't care how talented they are.
TSN 1290. All sports.
You want guys like that on your team?
All the time.
Well, still in the bottom of the 8th, and Fargo will reach into their bullpen tonight. That's it for Jake Labor, 7 1/3 innings. 7 hits, 3 runs, all earned, responsible for 1. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, and he gives way to Kevin Fuqua. And Labor will leave as the pitcher of record on the winning side. This pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. And Mike Cole's the batter. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. He'll face the right-hander in Fuqua, who we have not seen this series. Fuqua from Durwood, Maryland, 6 feet 205. 23 years old. He won't be 24 until December. Now the first pitch. Fastball swung on, bounced out toward third. Up with it, Campbell. Throw to second for 1, and down to 1 is in time. And Fuqua throws 1 pitch, and it ends up being a 5-4-3 around the horn, inning-ending double play. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. We'll go to the 9th. 11-3 Fargo, TSN 1290.
Nice and fresh.
Just the way I like it.
This is really good.
That hits the spot.
The spot to hear all that contentment? Our very own fishbowl. The reason? Robins. Smart coffee lovers count on the famous, always fresh taste of Robins coffee to add extra zest to every Goldeyes game. Team it with a Robins fresh baked treat, and you've got, well, a flavored doubleheader. Robins. Fast, fresh, and friendly.
The Field of Dreams Foundation helps kids in need by supporting children's charities. I'm Tony Fletcher, president of the Field of Dreams Foundation, urging you to help out by picking up our special coupon book at Shaw Park for just $5. It's packed with $100 in savings at popular ballpark concessions and local restaurants, or you can pledge an amount per Goldeyes strikeout in the Fillmore Riley K's for Kids program. Learn more at goldeyes.com. Thanks to you, the Field of Dreams Foundation continues to make kids' dreams come true.
The Greenwood Inn and Suites invites you to make it your home base for an overnight stay, your next meeting, or social event. You can even make it a home run with all-day dining or Sunday brunch at Dalton's. Enjoy the first-class service and facilities the Greenwood Inn and Suites has to offer. To book your next stay, visit the website at greenwoodwinnipeg.com or call 775-9889. 775-9889. The Greenwood Inn and Suites, putting the friendly in friendly Manitoba.
Never miss the action with live Goldeyes coverage on TSN 1290. Now, back to the voice of the Goldeyes. Here's Paul Edmonds.
Ryan Delgado is going to face a new pitcher. Brian Boyning will come in and be the fourth pitcher of the night. 11-3, Fargo leads it. We go to the ninth. And there's another announcement to make here about the Budweiser Player of the Year is selected by the media here. We'll tell you about that in a second. Kauhi Downing is done. And for Kauhi, he goes 2 innings. And he gives up a run on 2 hits. Walked 1, struck 1 out. Pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. So Brian Boyning comes into the contest. Fourth pitcher of the night, and faces Delgado, Rodriguez, and Jennings. First pitch. Fastball low, ball 1. And we saw Brian, I believe, on Saturday night in the game that clinched a playoff spot for Winnipeg. Pitches in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brian worked 2 innings and he struck out 3. Did not allow a hit nor a run on Saturday night. 1-1. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Delgado 1 for 4 tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 11-0 Fargo in front. 11-3 Fargo in front. And they're out hitting Winnipeg 14-7. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that is it for Ryan Delgado. He goes down waving at a couple of those pitches. Strikeout number 1 for Brian Boyning. And here's Marco Rodriguez, who's 1 for 4. Well, the other award is the Budweiser Most Valuable Player, based on the player of the game selections by the media during the season. First pitch is low, ball 1. And 2 players will share it this year, Josh Mazzola and Chris Roberson. So we sort of had identified over the last few days the pitch is low, 2-0. There was 3 guys kind of up for MVP status on the team. Luis Allen, Chris Roberson, Josh Mazzola. The 2-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. And Luis Allen tonight was selected as the fans' choice. And Josh Mazzola, Chris Roberson selected as the media's choice, and they'll share the award. Pitch is inside 3-1 to Rodriguez. And then after the game, there'll be fireworks. And also, I believe just before the fireworks, Goldeyes general manager and field manager Andrew Collier and Rick Forney will respectively address the crowd here tonight. Marcos Rodriguez singles right back up the middle, even with a little bit of a shift on. And it's a 1-out single, and Todd Jennings, the batter. And Jennings 1 for 4 in this one this evening. 1 for 7 in the series. We're in the 9th inning, 11-3 Fargo. Game number 100. And they'll play at least 3 more of these 2 teams. First pitch is inside. The breaking ball, ball 1. Great crowd here tonight. Final regular season home game. The 1-0. Swung on, grounded out toward third. Backhanded pickup by Ramon. Throws to second for 1. And no chance for a turn by DeCaster. They will get the lead runner in Rodriguez. Amos kind of went to his right, stumbled a little bit, and that might have just been that extra half second that Jennings needed to get across the bag at first or get close enough where DeCaster said, I'm not going to throw it down there. So 5-4, they get the lead runner. 2 away, and here's Ryan Stovall. First pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. 0-1. Stovall is 3 for 4 tonight. 4 RBI the pitch. is just outside, 1-1. 2 away in the inning. Or Carlo Cota is actually stepping up here. So Carlo Cota is hitting to this spot. The first time we've seen Carlo. And the pitch is a little low, 2-1. In this series. And getting a spot here. And the pitch is outside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Cota had his 1,000th hit career in this ballpark earlier this summer. 3-1. Is in there for a strike, and it's 3-2. Interestingly enough, if you didn't hear the story, of course, his first professional hit was in Medicine Hat, Alberta. 3-2. Breaking ball is low, ball 4. His 1,000th in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So he'll always be tied to Canada, even though he's from Southern California, Southeastern California. He draws a walk, and here's Zach Benpraise, who's homered tonight. And stands in from the right-hand side. First pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. Well, with 2 away, we look ahead to the Goldeyes' 9th, and it's Day, Ramon, and Kendall. 0-1. Swing and a miss and a breaking ball. And Benpraise took a pretty good whiff at that one. 0-2. Benpraise 1 for 3 tonight. 2 walks, 3 runs scored. 0-2 is a breaking ball that's low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is outside, 2-2. Benpraise 6 home runs and 46 driven in. 47 stolen bases. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And that is that. Benpraise will spike the helmet, throw the bat, fire the batting glove, and wait for somebody to bring out his ball cap and glove. Fargo comes away empty. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. They lead it, though, to the RedHawks. 11-3, TSN 1290.
Cheers to the NSA slow pitch team whose uniforms are not uniform at all. Cheers to the times where more prep goes into playing after the game than playing in it. Cheers to the team who carries the cooler to the bench first and then maybe goes back to the van for the bats, balls, and gloves. Cheers from the Bud family, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Light Lime. Proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes and every NSA slow pitch team in Winnipeg. Go get 'em!
Discover la francophonie in Manitoba.
L'Arbrerie, Île-des-Chênes, Sainte-Rose-du-Lac, Notre-Dame-de-Lourdes, Saint-Pierre-Joli, Saint-Boniface, and way much more.
In our friendly province, we are fortunate. French is everywhere and has lots to offer. Open your mind, add a French twist to your life, and enjoy the richness of another beautiful culture right here in Manitoba.
Venez voir. Vous serez surpris. Surpris. Venez voir.
Commissionaires, Manitoba's premier security solutions provider, will take care of your home security needs the next time you go away on vacation. Commissionaire's team of bonded professionals will check on your home and help satisfy your insurance requirements. They do interior and exterior patrols and make your home look lived in. Visit their website at commissionaires.mb.ca for more information about their House Watch service. Commissionaires, trusted every day, everywhere.
I'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Fargo in control at 11-3. And Tom Boleska, the Canadian from Ontario that now lives down in Florida, will come in to close it. And he was voted the relief pitcher of the year in the American Association this year. And why wouldn't he be? For Boleska, 29 saves and a sparkling 180 ERA. Kyle Day, Amos Ramon, Bryce Kendall. That's it for Kevin Fuqua, 2/3 of an inning. He threw one pitch and got a double play. And Boleska, the third pitcher of the night for Fargo. And this pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management, 4520909. First pitch today is a breaking ball that's in there for a strike. Day, Ramon, and Kendall, 8, 9, and 1. And like I said, Boleska, some really good numbers. His 46th appearance, 2-1, 180 is his earned run average. Pitch is fouled away, and it's 0-2 as that gets down that left side part of the ballpark. 29 saves for Boleska, 45 innings, 36 hits, 9 earned runs, 11 walks, 55 strikeouts in 45 innings. And the opposition batting .216 against him, and Kyle Day goes after and waves right through a breaking ball and strikes out. 6th strikeout tonight for Fargo pitching. Here's Amos Ramon, 0 for 3. And Ramon will stand in from the right side. First pitch, swung on, fouled away, sky sweep, and it ping-pongs around in there a little bit. Strike one. Davis has bounced out 3 times tonight. 11-3 Fargo, out-hitting Winnipeg 15-7. The 0-1, swung on, fouled back. 0-2. Well, it's Ace Walker and Tyler Herron on Wednesday night. From Fargo. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Boleska whiffs Amos with a high fastball. 89 on the gun here. And back-to-back strikeouts. And Bryce Kendall, the batter. He's 3 for 4. And Kendall will step in with three singles tonight. And a run scored. And the pitch is in there for a strike. And the 0-1 is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Railcats beat Laredo tonight in Gary 5-3. 1-1. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two away, the Goldeyes are down to their final out tonight. Boleska, a right-hander, comes set the 2-1. Swung on, sent over first, down the right field line, fair ball. Into the corner it's going to go, and Kendall's going to hustle for second, and he'll be in standing with a double. And Chris Roberson, the batter. And Roberson will step around and bat from the left-hand side tonight. And Roberson, 1 for 4 in the baseball game tonight, and 2 for 13 in the series against Fargo this weekend. First pitch is high. Nope, called a strike. Robo batting .319. 11 homers and 59 driven in. 0-1 is in there for a strike, and quickly the Goldeyes are down to their final strike here tonight. Runner at second base and Bryce Kendall. Fireworks to follow tonight. 0-2, swing and a miss, and we will play on Wednesday night. And it will really be for real. No runs, one hit, and one left for the Goldeyes here tonight. As Boleska strikes out the side, and Fargo wins it by a score of 11-3. Totals in the postgame show are next after these on TSN 1290.
Luxury, convenience, comfort. Have it all with Premier Executive Suites. For business travelers who are always on the move, Premier Executive Suites is your home away from home. You can relax in your comfortable living room, grab a midnight snack in your complete kitchen, and do that last-minute load of laundry with your handy in-suite washer and dryer. Book your extended stay in Winnipeg with Premier Executive Suites. Visit premiersuites.com to make your booking today. Take more of your life with you with Premier Executive Suites.
Hit a home run this summer at any of Arby's 6 Winnipeg locations. Whether you want to lead off with Arby's oven-roasted roast beef or return for a designated hit with a market-fresh sandwich or wrap, you'll always come away feeling like a winner after a visit to Arby's. What are you thinking? I'm thinking Arby's. Locally owned and operated and proud to be a corporate sponsor of your Winnipeg Goldeyes.
Thinking forward means challenging your business to grow. It's about making hard decisions today to ensure a better tomorrow. At MNP, we'll help your business think forward by being a partner that understands your business challenges and providing industry-specific thought leaders to help take you to the next level. Think forward. Contact your local MNP office or visit us online at mnp.ca.
Betcha I can hit and throw as good as you.
Oh, yeah? Let's see. Nice hit.
He may be ready to play with the big boys, but he may not be ready for...
Hey, if you're such a hot shot, try some of this.
Yuck, what is that?
It's just a little chew. Just don't tell Mom.
Talk to your kids about chewing tobacco today, because if you think you've prepared them for everything, you don't know spit.
Brought to you by Mantra, the Manitoba Tobacco Reduction Alliance for Tobacco-Free Sport.
Number 2-0 is low, ball 3-0. Bases loaded, one out. 3 balls and no strikes. Mazzola 3 for 8 against the RedHawks. The 3-0 is low and inside, ball 4, and Labor walks in a run to tie it. Run batted in, number 74 for Mazzola. In comes Kendall, and we're tied at 1.
Every year you come out.
Well, that's when the Goldeyes were right in this one, and it kind of got away from them around the middle innings. They gave up 3 in the 4th, 3 in the 6th, and poof, Fargo wins another one. 11-3 here tonight. That is a highlight coming back where the Goldeyes tied it at 1. They had Jake Labor in trouble, couldn't deliver the big blow with the big hit. That's been a problem for weeks. And after that, Fargo and Winnipeg are tied at 1 in the 1st. They go to the 2nd. Fargo gets 2 in the 2nd. Never look back. They win at 11-3. We welcome you back to the postgame show, or to the postgame show for the Upper Deck Sports Bar at McPhillips Station Casino. See the games, play the games. Fargo wins this series 2-1. Fargo wins every series in Winnipeg this year, a 4-game sweep, and 3-1 in another 4-game series, and then 2-1, and Fargo finishes here in Winnipeg at 9-3 over the course of this season in 12 games here in Winnipeg. So they really pick up some ground in terms of the season series, the all-time series here in Winnipeg. And in Winnipeg, it's now 68-64 for Winnipeg. Fargo owns their series at home against Winnipeg 71-52. Not all of that is really going to matter going into Wednesday. I guess maybe if you're looking for a psychological advantage, that would certainly be to Winnipeg's benefit, as they were 4-3 in Fargo this year. But Fargo's come in and whipped the Goldeyes. No other way to describe it, no other adjective to describe it, I guess, if you want to stay on the air, other than whip. They whipped them pretty good here over the course of the 12 games, and they go 9-3 against the Goldeyes here in Winnipeg. Okay, let's give you the final lines here as we are done with the regular season and the 100 games. Fargo, well, they get to a 65 5-win season. That's the best season in 2 years in the American Association. 65-35. Winnipeg will drop to 55-45. So the Goldeyes finished 5 wins shy of what they had last year, which is a franchise record. Still not bad. I just felt they left a number of games on the table with some inconsistent play over the regular season, and it needs to be shored up if they have any hope of getting past Fargo in the first round. Fargo is definitely favored, and I don't think the Goldeyes mind. They're going to kind of relish that role for a change, but Fargo has looked real good the last 2 games here in Winnipeg. For the second straight game, double digits in runs and hits for the RedHawks. 11 runs tonight, 15 hits, no errors, and 8 left. Winnipeg, 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 7 left. Jake Labor, 7 1/3 tonight for the victory. He goes to 7-7. Denver Wynn took the loss in his first start with the Goldeyes. He drops to 0-1. No save and no game-winning RBI. The winning run came in on a passed ball tonight. 2 hours and 46 minutes to play it. 6,785. We're here to see it. The Goldeyes drew over 285,000 through the ballpark to lead the American Association this season. We'll take a timeout, come back, and pick a player of the game. Rick Forney's just addressing the fans here in his annual